Today's lesson is on neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity, that's such a big word, but I know you can say it. Say it with me, neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity is a term that refers to the brain's ability to change and adapt as a result of experience. Remember back in lesson 4 how we talked about how messages develop our inner critic? There's different messages. Can you remember what they are? Yes, family messages. What else? Social messages. What else? Trauma response messages. Very good. I knew you'd remember them all. So, remember how trauma responses were one of the messages that we talked about? Of course you do. A trauma response is basically your brain being altered by a traumatic experience, and it responds with your emotions rather than logic. Here, make a fist with me. Let's pretend that this is your brain. And the thumb here is your amygdala, which is in charge of your emotions and stress responses. Like if you're walking in a forest and you came face to face with a bear, what would you do? The amygdala part of your brain would respond with fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. Someone who has gone through a traumatic experience may remember that feeling of fight, flight, freeze, or fawn and repeat those feelings even when they are not in a threatening situation or in danger. But because the brain has been rewired, the body begins to act in stress or fear. Let's go back to that fist. Feel free to do it with me. Come on, don't be shy. I know you're at your own place. Nobody else is around. Make that fist. Here's the amygdala. At that point, when there's a stress response, the prefrontal cortex, which is over here, lifts up, and you are only thinking with the amygdala and not this part, which is in charge of logic. This can be a very overwhelming trauma response, which can create our inner critic and make it hard to silence that voice. But wait, there is hope. Science calls that hope neuroplasticity. This basically means that your brain can be molded to change. That basically means that you have the hope to change your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions by retraining your brain, because your brain is that driver of all of those things. The more that you practice something, the more new neurons and pathways you create in your brain. This gives us hope in overcoming our trauma and our toxic inner critic voice. You don't have to be stuck in your ways. There's hope to make changes because you have the power to mold your brain by learning new affirmations, by growing in your understanding, and by practicing new ways of doing things that you've never done before. You know what other ways you can mold your brain? By doing new and fun and restful activities. Yeah, fun can actually be healing. I'm talking about healthy fun, like sports, a bike ride, working out, swimming, cooking, doing a craft. I recently learned how to play chess and I started painting. I made a cute little box with supplies that I found at the dollar store. It was cheap, it was fun, it was awesome, and I use it every day for my makeup. Can you think of a time when you thought you couldn't achieve something, but you did anyway? I'm sure that you can. Think hard on it, even if it was a long time ago when you were little, or maybe it was just last week. Was it learning something new, or maybe responding in a different way than you always did to a certain someone or situation? Maybe you always responded in anger to someone, but suddenly one day you responded with calm and patience. Wow. Feel free to type it in the comments of this video or share it with your counselor at your phone check-in. Was there ever a time when you did something different and you surprised yourself with it? You also have some clay in your class kit. We're gonna challenge you to do something different. Your homework for today is to make a brain out of the clay in your kit, made out of different colors. Make the amygdala one color and the prefrontal cortex, which is in charge of our logic, another one. If you like, You can make your brain however you want to make it. So let's see what you come up with. Take the time to do something with your hands, and it's a type of a quiet play that not only children need, but also adults. We need that quiet play too. Enjoy, and feel free to share a photo of the brain that you make with the clay and share it to our Instagram account. We hope to repost it if you let us. Bye for now. Enjoy making your brain.